This year I'm gaming the Taylormade M5 driver and I'm loving it. But who on earth would choose to use the Taylormade M5 Tour driver? Let's find out, and let's do it now. He's limbering up because it's the long drive. This is the long drive competition. This is where it counts. The rest was just a warm-up. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. And second of all, please take 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. On this channel, I bring you guys daily golf-related content that helps you raise your game, lower your handicap, and pretty much just gets you enjoying golf a tiny bit more. Today, why on earth would anyone use this thing? We're going to pick your brains. So come down the first hole now, and as you all know, I'm using the standard Taylormade M5. Big brother is using the M5 Tour. Doesn't usually get it past. So quick introduction, Adam. Meet the 50,000-ish, sort of.
How many?
How are we doing?
Cold.
Cold is cold. It's cold, and it's very, very, very early, so you can kind of forgive us for a few stiff swings. But today we're going to talk Taylormade M5 Tour. We're going to talk why some people use it and why a lot of people don't use it. Rory doesn't use it, Tiger doesn't use it, Jon Rahm doesn't use it, Jason Day doesn't use it.
Adam does use it.
Well, and this is the thing, why? Anything in particular that kind of draws you? Because before this, you were M1 425?
430, I think.
430. Because you see, and then I sort of saw that train of thought because I used the M3 440, which was a beautiful size head. Then we've gone to this, which was 425, and it almost looks like a 3-wood or a mini driver. The mini driver doesn't really look that much bigger. What draws your attention to it?
Tell the age difference now, and you think that's a 3-wood.
Come on, send one in. So just a bit of background on Big Brother. You may have seen him before, not Big Brother the show, Big Brother the person. You may have seen him in a couple of challenges we did really early on in the channel, so comment below if you want to see more sibling rivalries.
I've not seen that. Who won that?
Who won them? Who won them, he says. There's a reason why I've not watched them back, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, while we're walking up here, M5 Tour driver and M1 430 driver, talk to me. Because tour players generally stay away from them.
I think driver history, I was always Titleist, and I think when Taylormade brought out the original M1, I think it changed everything really from a feel and a ball flight perspective. Yeah, that was a big innovation, wasn't it? Yeah, so I remember I had one go with somebody's M1 driver on the practice range, and I was sold. It was an expensive one-hit wonder.
So moving from the Titleist drivers to the Taylormade drivers, I can imagine was slightly odd because I did the same thing, but the M series definitely did. It was a big movement in drivers, in woods, in any kind of long distance golf really. But why the small head? Because this is the real question. This is why people are probably watching this. Like, I use the M5, I love it, it's under here, but I mean, I tried that, couldn't get on with it, and I used the M3 Tour, not Tour, they didn't call it the Tour, did they? They called it just the 440.
Did.
So, why? If the Tour players don't use it, which to me really makes me wonder why they call it a Tour, but yeah, I suppose it sells. Exactly, it does make you wonder why they make it. Obviously for people like you who like it, but why?
I think the looks, seen with the new one they brought out, with the new smaller head, which I think is too small for a driver these days, but just as it sits down behind the ball. In the most.
Could it be a generational thing, do you think? Obviously you're older than me, a lot older than me, you can tell, I mean you look ancient, but...
That's a fair point. That's what kids do to you.
Back in the day of the Titleist JVS, the Titleist 983, I mean they were massive, weren't they, in the day, but they're no bigger than that.
No, and the 975D was the one I probably started with, which these days looks like a 3-wood, like
yeah.
I say. Right,
anyway, let's have a long drive up here because it's a nice tight hole to do so. Oh. How good's that?
You gonna do it on the next one?
Yeah.
I think it's 1-0.
Never go with that one. And interestingly, before you acquired this, let's say how it is. I was going past you, wasn't I? Like, a lot.
Oh yeah.
But do you feel like this is giving you a lot?
5 to 10 yards at least.
Yeah, which is, well, what is it, a couple of percent?
Yeah.
Interesting how you've got the weights all the way back. What's the sort of logic behind that?
You told me to do it.
Long drive comp, smash it in the rough left. Perfect. And I really do think it's an interesting point, this, because for me the word tour, the word prototype, and the word, well, tour is massively, oh, and the word pro, massively overused in the golfing world. And I think it could be people have an underlying, not ambition, but people sort of have an underlying desire to be part of the tour or the prototype, being one of the first to have something, being one of the pros. So as we said earlier, the words tour, the words pro, the words prototype, all massively overused, and I'm starting to think that actually pro, I think you just like things with funny words on, don't you? When really the pros don't go near that. Dustin Johnson won with an M6 in the bag earlier this year. Work that out. Right, so I've got my first one here. Not pretty. My tall one is there. Where are you? Oh. It's got to be embarrassing though when you have that advantage off the tee and then, I mean...
It's on the beach.
Yeah. See, I'd have gone for that personally. Oh, how good was that? So in this video we probably need to touch on the technology, the science side of the M5 Tour as opposed to the M5 original, I guess you'd call it. The M5 Tour is a smaller head, a 425cc head with the centre of gravity moved forwards, and that allows for a lower spinning head and potentially, would you say it's lower launching?
Definitely.
Yeah?
I think especially when you play in the conditions we do up here, then you don't want this high bombing American flight.
Yeah, it gets breezy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose most guys who play on tour are going to be playing in favourable conditions unless you're in the Open, the Irish Open, the Scottish Open. And I'd be really interested to see in those weeks if we see any M5 Tours in play. You see, now you may be in the fairway there, but I think I'm longer over here, and that's all that counts. Now, let's not worry about the lie, but we've definitely put 20 yards on him there. see, and when I first got word that the Taylormade M5 Tour was coming out, I was so excited, mega excited, really excited. I was using the M3440 and I just wanted to move on, but have they taken it just a little bit too far? And this is probably where me and you differ in opinion massively, because you used the M1 smaller head for, what was it, 430?
It's 420 actually.
420, and I didn't use it because I think I was playing golf at that point. I fell out with it, but that's a different story for a different day. Then I loved the M3 440, absolutely nailed it all season, hit fairways, hit long drives. I remember a trip up to Scotland, I don't think I missed a fairway all week. We'll not talk about the putting and chipping because that was again a different story for a different day. But then the M5 Tour comes out and I'm so excited. And it's in his bag, not mine. Titleist have just brought out the TS4, haven't they, which is pretty much exactly the same sort of thing.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah. As a Titleist fanboy.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at Adam's bag apart from the driver, because you don't really have any, you have no affiliations with brands, do you? But old Titleist blades, can't remember what that was. And then the old school bag, which is going because someone sorted you out with a new one, haven't they?
Yeah, little brothers.
He's even got the Jordan Speed cap on, look. Oh! Oh, it landed in the... Ah. Get these bluebells in. Oh! Ah! So close! And yet, so far. Right, last hole. He's limbering up because it's the long drive. This is the long drive competition. This is where it counts. The rest was just a warm-up. Unless obviously he wins and then... I mean, it's a video about a driver, isn't it? It's not necessarily a video about who hits it the longest. It's nailed, it's just left, isn't it? Ooh.
Sounded good.
And that was toey as well, so that's absolutely lying.
You were always taking time, baby, playing it through.
So guys, this seems like a pretty good time to call it a day, because we've put a good 50 yards on him there. That's a good... Oh, woo! Look at that.
You were never good at maths.
Oh, massive. I don't need to be good at maths. So guys, make your minds up for yourselves. If you get a chance to go and try a Taylormade M5 Tour, go and have a go, see what you think. For me, I honestly think they've taken it just a little bit too far. I really loved the M3 440 last year. This one's too small for me. What do you want to add?
I love it.
You don't think they've taken it too far, do you?
No, I think it's great.
Keep making them that size, because then you can have them. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a like if you did enjoy the content. Comment below, what do you think to the Taylormade M5 Tour? And apart from that, as always, I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, this is a long way past you. For point of reference, I mean, he's walked a good 20 yards since he hit it.